Hello and welcome back, everyone. I am ManicMink. This is European Universalis for multiplayer.
It's me, Keeves. I'm here as well. Don't forget me.
He is here. I try so hard, but
What, to forget me?
and then I get so far, but in the end, it doesn't
really matter.
doesn't really matter.
Uh,
So I now have the option to make territories into states. I'm
Really?
divided in several territories where all provinces owned in an area make up one territory. Territory can be made into a state of the nation, which is an integral part of the realm. This will cost some maintenance depending on the distance from the capital, while reducing its minimum autonomy. Maximum number of states can be increased by increasing government rank, advancing administrative technology, and completing administrative idea groups.
Interesting.
Yes.
I just had to sell my fleet, or disband my fleet,
Ugh.
because I cannot afford them anymore. How sad is that?
That's pretty sad.
Ugh. My economy is just trashed. Just trashed.
I don't know what it is, like what's going on with the economy exactly, but man, like it is really tough to get ahead right now. Any sort of monetarily in anything. I'm struggling. Like I'm at half maintenance right now just to try and get by at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I dumped the maintenance on my troops for now, because I'm not in a war. However, I'm pretty sure it won't take long before I start getting rebellions from the land that I just took. And since it starts at 75% autonomy, I'm not really willing to bring up the autonomy to reduce their unrest.
See, my thing with that is it starts at 75%. When you up it, it goes to literally 100%.
Yeah.
Which is like you're not earning anything from it. But
Literally
honestly,
zero.
like if it starts at 75, you're kind of not earning anything from it anyway. And it's like...
I actually am not. Both places are getting zero tax, zero everything.
Yeah,
So
well, like
just up it.
right here, I have Sarah Nubia, and it's like, ooh, my base tax is 0.08.
Fun.
And it's like, so my base tax is nothing. So increasing it to not have to fight rebels is totally fine with me. Like, I have no issues with that.
The thing is, it doesn't make it so I not have to fight rebels. It just brings it down to, instead of a 19% unrest, it's now a 9.1% unrest. So I still probably will have to fight rebels.
Just not as...
Not as quickly.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of torn. I'm torn. I think I'm just going to up the autonomy, though, because I might as well.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of like it genuinely doesn't matter. Like it's really, you're not gonna get anything from this either
Not
way.
For a while, anyways.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a while before you even get anything going.
I think a good route in this part of the game is actually vassalizing and then annexing them at a later date.
Yeah.
Than going the conquering route.
Well, I still do that anyway. But that's like that's an old holdover from when you used to be able to vassal feed very easily. So that's still an old holdover for me from that, but like I still do that. I still prefer to vassalize and then integrate if I can.
Right.
I mean, like now it costs, like these cost well, I was gonna say these cost nothing to core, but it's like it's because they have 3 development.
Right.
Like that's probably you go to Europe, it's still gonna cost forever. Like you're still gonna spend the rest of your life trying to core these, but
annexing, you don't have to worry about those problems, right? You don't have to worry about the nationalism. You don't have to worry about any of that issues with rebels or anything like that. You just annex and then
yeah, and honestly, like I don't use Diplo points like nearly as much as other points.
Annexing is so much more important in a
Well,
lot of ways.
yeah, I mean for me it is, at least because it's stability.
not just stability, but you get that idea groups faster.
Yeah, and the idea groups are good
Hmm.
and useful as opposed to terrible.
Mm. Oh yeah. Tell me more.
Well, I mean, maritime idea. Who's ever taken maritime ideas?
Not I. I don't think I've ever taken it.
And then,
Like trade is good. Trade ideas are really good.
trade ideas are great. Trade ideas are great. Exploration, obviously, if you're doing,
If you're Portugal or if you're Spain or if you're France or whatever.
yeah, that's great if you're going to be doing that sort of colonization.
Yeah, if your HRE influence ideas is fantastic and needed.
Yeah, but and I get that
expansion one.
oh that's a big one now, yeah. And I get that like the Mare Nostrum patch has decided to go like, look, we're really gonna try and cram espionage down your throats. But like, I don't like espionage ideas at all.
I've used them once. And even then it was like, eh.
Yeah, it's kind of not that great. It's like, this is sort of useless.
Yeah. Even now, if you look at espionage, you have, let's see, you need a really beefy spy network, and then you get the option to sabotage recruitment, corrupt officials, like.
What does that even do? Yeah, how is that even any more?
And you still need the idea group in order to use them.
Yes.
So.
Kind of, what's the point? In my opinion, like, why even bother with it?
Counter espionage. Let me see.
Which I guess lowers their spy network ability. But again, kind of to what end? Like,
but then you need a spy network in order to support rebels now. So first you have to do the spy network, which costs your diplomats, and then it still cost you. It's a one-time cost now. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think they happen instantly now. Same thing with like fabricate claims. Like if you have 10, you can just click and fabricate a claim.
Wow, that's awesome, actually.
Which is actually quite cool.
The support rebels is way better now. You can just be like, boop, you're pay for it once and done. Walk away.
Yeah.
That's really nice if you're rich, right? If you got the cash to do it.
Yeah, I know for sure. It's quite nice.
Like I could do support rebels on Naj, and it cost me 25 gold. Or sorry, not Naj, Hijaz. It cost me 25 gold. It'll bring up a 12 stack, which is bigger than their army, right?
Yeah.
A 12 stack of rebels, and there they go. They can just go nuts.
See, so maybe it is like they're trying to make it better. Because that is
25 cash, man. That's almost worth it.
I mean, that's like 2.5 infantry units.
Yeah.
You know.
That's pretty wild, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, now that we actually talked about it, I kind of do. Kind of like it as well.
Just the support rebels thing. So far, the other stuff I don't really like yet, but maybe I'm just being grouchy and.
I don't know. Like I've never played a game where I've needed, like, not rebels, but where I've needed like espionage.
Right.
But then I guess it's like, well, if you played as like a one province miner who earned a ton of gold and had 1 billion diplomats but no army, then it's like, oh, you can use this to your advantage.
Right.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one thing about EU4 they put out, like, since the beginning to now, like, with all the expansions, with all the DLCs, they've added so much to the game in comparison to when I first bought it, when it was pretty much just straight up vanilla. They've added so much. Now, some of the things I think are really good. However, some of the things I find were just kind of terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
I really miss the pre-Fort EU4 where you could, I don't know, like you could actually put forts and the old building style in comparison to now. You know, when they added the development, they added the forts. They added
Yeah, yeah, and they changed all the buildings around. It wasn't just like you build like as many buildings as you want.
Yeah, before they had all that, I actually liked it so much better.
I
Um,
did too. Yeah, honestly.
where when you build a fort, it would just increase the time it took to siege that province, but you could just spam forts on every single province if you really wanted to.
I did.
And,
I
and
forget
I
what I
did.
was.
Yeah.
It was someone in the HRE because I wasn't that big, and it's like I'm just gonna build 1,000,000 forts, and just no one's gonna get through my land. Like it's gonna take you forever to do this.
Mhm. And that's what you usually did.
Yeah, and it was
Is
totally worth it. It was like so much better.
yeah, and forts didn't cost upkeep or any of that other stuff, and yeah, I liked it so much better. The only thing is the battles were a little bit different because what you would do was you would basically make this giant hell stack of your units, and you just chase down the enemy's army and
Yeah,
just try to kill off the enemy's army. And then once you retreated, you would just chase them down, and try and stack wipe them, and that's all you would do. And once you stack wipe them, then your entire army would just scatter.
yeah. Then you could
To
just
every single
do
province.
everything. Yeah,
So as soon as you could scatter to every single province and put one unit, because that's all you needed to do was put one unit on every single province.
and they would
then,
stop. Yeah, they would just start carpet
so
sieging, and they would just stop building units, and you just win.
exactly. So that was
So
the
why can't we get that
downside.
back? That sounds incredible.
It was incredible, but that was the downside, and I can kind of see why
They wanted
Paradox
to.
would want to get rid of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same
I
time,
guess so.
wait.
It was.
All right. I would love to get rid of these loans, but I'm just not making enough cash to do so. Actually, what's killing me is my religious unity.
That too.
I got a 52% religious unity, so once that's dealt with, then I'll start seeing more cash come in as well. But
Yeah, I have like achieve religious unity. I have 100%. I have 62% right now.
right,
Like that's not happening anytime soon.
yeah, no. No.
And now we wait as I tick through and.
I'm thinking about doing a no causey belly war against Hassa,
Hmm.
and that would bring Oman into the war as well. And then I can grab the rest of Oman and take Hassa as an
Why not
alliance.
just get a CB against them?
How? How would I get a CB?
I think you can fabricate claims from afar now.
Really?
Well, I don't know.
No, if
I seem
put
to think
over
that you
it-
can.
If I put mouse over it, it says has no possible neighboring provinces to fabricate claims on.
Hmm.
So I still need to have a neighboring province, I think. Um, shit. just spawned. They're heretics. What kind of heretics? Oh no. The wrong kind of heretics. They aren't the good kind of heretics. Like, hey, give me a different...
give me a religion that will give me...
Give me a kick-ass religion, heretic.
Yeah.
We're just shitty heretics that ruin your day.
You don't even get anything from them?
Nope. They just ruin my day. Thanks, heretics. Dedoy. Organization to go up. Feels like the organization moves a little bit slower than before.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think it's really cool to play this new expansion though. I think it adds a lot, and just
yeah, it actually kind of has.
Getting that new feeling of new things allows for I don't know, a little bit of freshness
to
the game.
Because honestly, like, I was getting to the point of like, man, I really need like to take a break from this, because eventually it's like, how many times can you conquer the world?
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in a way I'm in the same boat as that when it comes to my Hearts of Iron playthroughs on my channel, because I've done 3 full Hearts of Iron playthroughs, and the one I actually had to restart because I got face raped, right? So I've done 4 altogether.
Okay.
And yeah, some of them I've taken, like on my Hungry playthrough, for example. I started as Hungry, and I, for the most part, conquered nearly everything. Right, there was a good portion of the world that I managed to take on. My Canadian playthrough, that was my very first one. I took over the Soviets as Canada, like,
Nice.
So, at what point do you stop and say, that's it, we're done? And it's kind of tough. Well, actually, it is really tough, because the people who come to my channel and they watch my videos, they watch it because of Hearts of Iron playthrough stuff.
Yeah.
But at what point do you step back and say, you know what? What else is there to achieve, really, other than starting off as Luxembourg, as a 1-province country, and literally taking over the world?
Yeah. At some point, it's like, okay, like I've done this now, like.
Yeah.
And I totally get that feeling. And again, it's sort of the same thing of like, people come to watch Europa, and it's like, that's great, and I'm thrilled that people are watching, but it's also kind of like, I've been playing Europa for how many years now since it came out?
Well, that's a good question. Many years have you been playing?
Well, I started my channel when it came out. It was the first game I started recording.
Oh, wow. So yeah, it has been years for you.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, and again, as much as it's like, oh man, we're playing Ethiopia, and it's like, I haven't done that before, and it's totally sort of a cool area. Like, mechanically, the game is still very much the same game.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're in a different area and you fight different people, and things look a bit different, and it's like, yeah, and that's about it. Like,
what I've found with my playthroughs is what I have done, and I don't know if people enjoy it or not. I play the game, but my commentary is just me chatting about random stuff.
Yeah.
And I've started doing that, and the people on my channel haven't really given me a huge amount of feedback on that. However, I feel personally that it just gives me something to do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Well, it's the
And I
reason.
feel
Yeah, it's the same reason I go like multiplayer right now is like because it's more interesting than just me sitting there.
exactly, and we can sit on here and we can chat and bullshit and yammer on about which expansions we think are good and what we think about the expansion, which ones are crappy, and all this other stuff. And yeah, it gives you a little bit of a self challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have done a few videos with Europa where I did the Steam achievements,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
those are pretty fun because there is a plethora of Steam achievements you can really go for. There's a whole
yeah,
pile,
yeah,
and some of them are really challenging.
yeah. And that's sort of I mean that's literally what I do for like how you know a series starts and ends is like okay I'm going for this achievement. We're
Mm,
doing that achievement. It very rarely ends up being like the entire game. My
right.
Poland one, my Inca game were like the two that lasted the entire game because by necessity they had to almost.
Right. Yeah. Because those are much bigger ones.
Yeah, those were big. The Inca game was actually really fun. Like it was really
Mm-hmm.
fun to play as Inca. Just because of like I managed to westernize off of Brittany,
Right.
and then it's like, huh, I'm Western tech, and so are all of you, and I have it. I have advantage here because I'm already here, and it's like let's fight Portugal 100 million times because they owned like South America.
Yeah. Yeah, and that really adds, a lot of different options of what you can do. But
Yeah, yeah, it adds a
I
whole
don't
new.
know. But like you said, eventually you just kind of like, well, now what am I gonna do? Right? There's only so many achievements and only so many things that you can do
Yeah, yeah.
in a game where
Reasonably at least, and and then there's only so much even with the achievements and stuff like that you care to do.
yeah,
Like
there's a lot
eventually
of
it's like
achievements
man
that
I
are
don't I
just,
like I kind of want to like do something different with today
mm,
as opposed to like well I'll keep playing this.
yeah. And it's tough for us because as smaller channels, a smaller group,
Yeah, yeah,
um, and we have like for myself at least, I have a few guys that stop by and they give me feedback and stuff like that, but it's very specific and it's very much about Hearts of Iron 3. So when I ask something in my video, or sorry, Hearts of Iron 3. So when I ask something in my video,
mm-hmm.
because you have a half hour video and I might say something like, hey guys, what do you think we should do next or whatever, because it's a half hour video, there's a good chance that probably only 15% of the people that watch my videos actually get to that point, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because they'll skip through this, they'll skip through that, and they'll check this, and they'll do whatever, and um,
Then
there's only
of the ones that hear that, how many are actually gonna make a comment or go?
exactly. So out of maybe the 60 or 70 views I get on my videos, maybe 3 guys actually see that specific question or hear that specific question that I give, and out of those 3 guys that hear it, only 2 know English, and out of the 2 that know English, maybe 1 is going to respond with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I don't get a good idea of what my viewership
Well,
actually
yeah.
wants.
What do you actually want to see? And that's something that I think we've probably done the same thing of going like, hey, here's something that I want to do on my channel. What do you guys think? And the
And then
response
you hear
is,
nothing. You hear nothing. So then you go out and you do it,
and then it's
then
like,
you
hey,
get
where's
a
the
terrible
Europa?
response. Like everyone's like, why aren't you doing Hearts of Iron videos?
Yeah.
Or why aren't you doing Europa Universal videos? And you're like, oh well,
Give me more Europa. Yeah, it's like, well,
come on, guys.
I did just ask you this. Like,
So it's tough, and it's. I'm not gonna sit here and bitch and complain about it.
oh no.
It's just a challenge that we have, I think, as smaller content creators. Like if we had a 10,000 or 1,000 subs or 10,000 subs or whatever, it might be a little bit easier. But with the couple hundred that we have, a few hundred subs that we have, it's tough.
Yeah, and it's hard to not keep up with, but it's hard to, like get an actual answer when it's like, yeah, there's a couple hundred people and maybe half of them watch what you're doing on like a regular basis.
Right.
It's
exactly it.
Yeah, teched up finally. Thank God.
Yay! I don't think I'm anywhere near teching up, am I? No, I'm not. Nowhere near.
And you will not accept vassalization because I hate you. Okay. Where are the rebels going to come from? They are in Beja right now. So I'm still trying to convert this province to get a little bit more religious unity instead of less religious unity. It's almost getting worse. It's like I'm almost causing more problems that I'm solving by taking territory.
Right. That's pretty true, probably. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for my organization to go up. I got some separatist rebels that popped up in the middle of nowhere.
Ugh.
I know, right? And I
Always fun.
keep on having to renew my loans, which isn't fun either. This economy that I'm working with is just brutal.
I'm only losing 0.85 per month, so I think I'm doing quite well compared to.
But I got 3 loans, and I've been trying desperately to get the cash in hand in order to pay off these loans. But every time I try, I get to about 17 gold or ducats of the 22 that I need, and then suddenly a rebel spawn, and I have to increase my army.
Yeah, increase your maintenance. Go and fight
and then
them.
It goes down.
Yeah.
And then I got to get my troops back, right?
Yeah,
the
reinforce
troops
them
I
all.
lost. And then by that time is done, I've lost, 10 ducats, and I'm went from like 17 down to 7.
It's like, okay, I'll start earning 0.1.
Yeah, exactly.
0.2.
It's kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Like now, for example, I was at 18 and I'm down to 5, and I'm gonna lose some more again. I might actually. It's getting to the point where I might actually take out a loan. Great.
Oh, clergy demands control of provinces. Okay.
Now's the time where I would love a mission that gave me ducats, or like an event or something. That'd be great.
Yeah,
Now's
that
the
would
time,
be
guys.
really handy. Also, I really wish the clergy actually like increased your ability to convert provinces sometimes. Considering they're the church, and they should be. Thankfully, though, and knock on wood, my 39-year-old 655 leader is still alive.
Yay! Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's like one of the best in the game to start off with.
That's why you teched up so quick. You sucker.
Yeah, I would like to 54 and 50. So next year I can tech up to level 4 and everything.
Nice.
To be fair, though, I also have to pay more than you in tech costs. So
yes, you would.
Because they changed that.
I think I'm going to have to deal with a smaller
56. I can annex Alodia in 56. Okay. Despite all this territory I've taken, I've not gained a single troop slot, basically.
Nothing, hey?
Nothing. Because everything has such high autonomy that it's like, yeah, no, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to take probably, another 20 years or so before you start getting anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the area that I grabbed, its autonomy has gone down 6%, so it's now 94.3%.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
Are you going to make Oman into a state?
I guess so. I could.
I don't know how to, because I know there's you have a certain number of states per country. Like, you have a limit on states.
Okay, so I could make it a state, which costs us 0.04 in maintenance every month, but it will increase our income by about 0.1 when autonomy has reached a lower level.
And that's on that province. Making it a state makes the entire state a state.
Okay. But
if that makes...
maybe I have to wait till the autonomy goes down before I want to do that?
Well, yeah. I mean, wait until it gets down, because the minimum for territories is 75.
Okay.
So it's never going to get lower than 75 as long as...
I see. So it's like an overseas territory kind of thing.
Kind of. Yeah, it's like this isn't big enough to administer properly, or this isn't important enough to like dedicate actual resources to running this place.
All right. Well, I'll just wait then. I think. I'll just wait.
Number of states. There is in the tech level you can actually see how many states you can have.
Oh, okay.
So at level 8 you get 5 states. But that being said, I don't know how many states you can have to begin with. Because I can make at least 3 of them into state. I can have at least 3 states right now.
Now, does that mean overseas provinces can now be turned into states?
I don't know. It depends maybe it depends how overseas.
That might be interesting. That could make playing as Portugal a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because like looking at overseas from my capital, Sinai, like your area is not overseas. Right. But once you get past Adan and Jauf, the rest of it is overseas. It counts as overseas. Mm-hmm. So I guess I don't know is the answer. I guess I'm not sure. And
you know what? I was just thinking right now. You know how we're kind of iffy about the whole playing EU4, playing Hearts of Iron 3 kind of thing?
Yes.
Right? I got a solution to our problems. Stellaris.
Oh yes, I'm excited about that.
Do you want to play multiplayer?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for it.
I am excited about that.
I am so excited about Stellaris.
I have the crappiest trade port.
So yeah, there we go. That will fix our problem, because honestly, everyone that I've talked to who enjoys Hearts of Iron, who enjoys EU4, is excited to the brim for Stellaris. So,
oh yeah, it's super. It is. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks great. And there's so many, it looks like what Paradox has done is taken all the really good things from all the different all the different Paradox games. So I've seen influences from CK2, from EU4, from Hearts of Iron, from Vicky 2, and they're all shoved in there, and just taken all the really good aspects of that and just shoved it into this space.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's a Paradox game, so it's probably going to be broken to hell come release.
I'm sure. I'm almost certain of it.
My body is willing.
Yes.
I'm willing to handle the broken shit for this. So I'm beyond excited.
I'm still losing money, and my peace treaties don't end for another few years. So it sounds like I need to declare war on Kaffa.
on Kaffa, hey? Oh, hey, reduce inflation. The admin that you use to reduce inflation is completely, like it's scaled to what your inflation is.
Oh, nice.
Instead of the flat 200 that it was before, or 100. I think it was 100.
That's really nice, actually.
So right now, if I hit reduce inflation, it reduces the value -2, right? But the cost it's the base cost of 75 plus a corruption amount is what it is. So the higher your corruption, I see. Cool. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, it is, actually. I quite like... this will give me more Diplo rep. I'll do that. I'm planning on killing you anyway, but...
What?
No, not you.
You jackass.
Medri Bari. I have a mission to improve relations with them, and it's like, well, I'm already at 40 because I helped them in a war, technically, by killing their enemy. Not that it really matters, because it's like, I'm gonna kill you anyway, but, like, yeah, sure, I'll improve relations and get Diplo rep.
Why not? I would really love for my religious unity to go up.
Yeah, I think
my 40%.
I think religion is. I think religious ideas are going to have to be the first one that I go for.
Yeah, I'm thinking humanists. Actually, let's see. Actually, no, there is a good amount of Shia going northwards. Like, there's a lot of Sunni, but there is a huge amount of Shia going northwards, and Oman is all Ibadi as well.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to do the same thing, basically, because literally everyone's Sunni or everyone's Muslim, and it's like it takes forever to convert.
Yeah, you're the only Coptic in the area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my allies were, the people I've killed were, but are not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Keep improving relations with the Mamluks. Make sure they're happy with me. I can turn off my forts now, too, because I've won this war.
Who's your favorite country to play in EU4?
I don't know. I quite liked Brandenburg was probably my favorite.
Cool.
Just because, like, Brandenburg to Prussia to Germany to, like,
Yeah, that's
I 100% sieged a big blue blob France. And it's like, I defeated all of their armies, I sieged everything, and it's like,
That's awesome.
I can do anything. But yeah, they're just because, like, you get such good, like, so good troops. Like,
right.
Just ridiculously powerful by the end of it.
Yeah, huge, what was it, military tradition, isn't it?
Yeah, you get, like, a bunch of military traditions, like, in your national stuff, and it's like, you just can't be killed. Like,
yeah, because the French troops get the morale bonus, but you guys get the they get military tactics or whatever.
You get tactics and, like, discipline, and, like, you end up with, like, 120% discipline or something.
Just brutal.
And then you start taking ideas on top of that, and it's like,
you walk away with like 145%.
Yeah, it's like, well, what is it? Somebody called it Space Marine troops.
I find that those things, when you start stacking them, like military tactics and morale, when you start really stacking them, it almost gets to the point where it gets nearly broken, in a way.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be quite it's broken. So Mamluks are still guaranteeing independence of Hijaz, huh?
Bastards.
Okay, so you have to go to war with Oman again, basically. And then take Hijaz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What I want to do is, or I go to war with Najd. Is another option as well. But Najd is allied with Shamar, and Shamar is my ally as well. So...
Yeah. Well, if you went to war with Oman, killed their army and sieged their stuff, and then actually went and, just kept punching Oman in order to get territory from Hijaz, you could, totally backdoor the system and...
Yeah, if I just take all of Oman's land as quickly as possible in a war, I can probably take it before Hijaz wanders in.
Yeah, but not even peace out Oman, not even take their land, but just to do that, just to get Hijaz into a war to take their land without being interfered with from the Mamluks.
That's option as well, yeah.
Because that's what I usually end up doing when it's oh, you're allied to Austria, and it's you're also allied to Riga. One of these things is not like the others. And then you just attack Riga and take their land. But you don't even kill them, you just leave them there, and then you just keep attacking them to get their allies into wars.
Right.
It's super useful. So I also realized we've been going for about 40 minutes now, so we should probably take a little break.
That's because we've been having so much fun.
Yeah, I know. It's because we're enjoying.
I've been very boring this entire episode.
Yeah, you have just sat there the entire.
I've done nothing.
I hate those episodes like that.
I've been trying to get my economy back on track, and I just haven't. I've gone nowhere with it.
Yeah, I am in the same boat. Anyways, we'll take a break here, and we'll pick this up next time. So, I'm ManicMink. This has been Multiplayer Europe Universalis 4 with Geeves.
Thank you guys for stopping by.
See you later. Bye-bye.